Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for day number 2 of the 2017 OCAA Women's Soccer Provincials, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Special thanks to Cambrian Golden Shield for hosting us here this weekend. A quick recap of what went down in day number 1. We saw the Durham Lords fall to the Fanshawe Falcons 2-0. Fanshawe punching their ticket to the semifinals. Durham ending up in this game where they're taking on the St.CLAIR Saints, who fell 1-0 in our first game of the day to the Humber Hawks, putting both of these teams onto the consolation side. In our next consolation game, the host Golden Shield will be doing battle. They fell 2-1 to the Seneca Sting in a tough loss for them. They were looking to take on Algonquin for the second straight year in the semifinals. Instead, they'll be facing the Mohawk Mountaineers in our second game today. We have Durham and St. Clair here in game number 1. My name's Noah Vout. I'm joined by Brian Ashton once again. Thanks for joining me in the booth, Brian. We saw both of these teams play yesterday. What's going to be the key to success for them?
Well, it's tough. You know, you're in the consolation rounds, and motivation is going to be the key here. Whoever's motivated to play and get the win, you know, it's about pride at this point. You know, you don't want to go home losing. So, you know, let's hopefully somebody shows up, or one team shows up today for the win.
Neither of these teams were able to put a marker on the scoreboard yesterday, resulting in a couple of defensive players picking up player of the game. For the St. Clair Saints, it was Charisse Thomas-Tate playing sweeper for the Saints. An absolutely fantastic effort on the defensive end. Only goal allowed by her team was on a free kick play where she couldn't have made the difference. If that gives you the idea of how dominant she was. For the Durham Lords, it was Erin Dycare, who also had an excellent defensive game, doing her best to keep her team in the game throughout its entirety. We're just minutes away from kickoff here. Both teams ready to go. We've got an exciting slate of games coming. Semifinal action this afternoon as well, leading into the gold medal and bronze medal games tomorrow. The gold medal team will be heading to Nova Scotia November 8th to 11th for the CCAA Women's Soccer National Championships. Algonquin looking for their first three-peat in program history and to pick up their 4th gold medal in the last 5 years. We're just about to get underway here at James Jerome Sports Complex. Thanks for joining us. The Saints are in yellow, the Lords in green. St. Clair going to start with the ball in this one.
Let's hope the snow stays away. For
Absolutely.
the time being. I think they're calling for about 5 centimeters today, but hopefully at 8 o'clock tonight. Yeah,
if we can hold on till then, we should be all right. Got a little bit of rain at the end of our 4th quarter final yesterday, but didn't have much of an impact on the game. Maybe not much of an impact. If you ask the hometown Cambrian Golden Shield, not much was going their way last night at all.
It's tough break for them.
We're underway here at James Jerome Sports Complex. The Lords are quickly able to get a takeaway. There's Emily Coons, who steers the ball out of bounds on the near sideline off of a St. Clair Saint for a Lord's throw. Coons was a dynamic presence for Durham yesterday. Despite not getting on the scoreboard, she was involved with the ball throughout the majority of the game at both ends of the field. Here come the Lords now down the near sideline. That's Corey Lapointe with the ball at her feet. Room to work on this near sideline. Saints trying to force her wide. Into the attacking third now. Able to maintain possession. She drops the ball back. It's now worked into the middle. That's Mackenzie Berry with it. She goes ahead looking for Shaylin Young. Crossed into the box, deflected off of a Saints defender and out of bounds for a corner kick for Durham.
See some different players on the field today. I think it's a good opportunity for both teams to maybe put some players in that didn't see a whole lot of playing time yesterday and give some of their players a rest.
Here's Barry on the corner kick. Her cross into the box. Rolls harmlessly to the other side where the Saints are able to briefly steer it out of danger. Lords back on it quickly, though. The Lord goes down. St. Clair with possession now, heading into the attacking half of the field. Ball's corralled by a defender and sent back to the keeper by Durham. Goal kick to Young. And then over to Barry. She's looking for LaPointe, unable to connect. But LaPointe does get the ball back for a moment as the Saints now head the other way. Ball bouncing back and forth in the midfield. St. Clair now with possession on the near sideline. Working down that sideline where it's turned over to Coons. She heads the ball upfield to LaPointe, who loses possession there to Julia Alberti. She's looking into the middle for her striker, unable to connect, and the ball's cleared to midfield. Sent back into the middle of the field there by the Saints. Alberti looking ahead now. She's got Alexandria Schooley, who turns it over to Coons. Mishandled, though, and out of bounds for a throw. An early substitution coming in this one. It's going to be the Saints making a change. Leah Beren's leaving the game. And Charisse Thomas-Tate checking it. Had quite the impact defensively yesterday, and after a couple of early chances for the Lords, Brian, do you think that's a tactical move by the coach to lock down that back line?
Yeah. Keep it tight in the back. We want to keep the other team. You want to keep the other team off the score sheet, and as long as the other team's off the score sheet, it'll give you a chance to win the game. Just from the beginning, just watching the first couple of minutes, I mean, it's good to see there's a bit of intensity in the game. So it looks like both teams are looking for a win here.
As I mentioned earlier, neither one got on the scoreboard, so both of them wanting to put a goal up in this provincial championship. And it's going to be a goal kick coming here from the Lords. Jaden Ball, who had a good game in their first match yesterday, on the goal kick.
The key today is going to try to keep warm. When the ball goes out of bounds, keep yourself warm. It's less than favorable temperatures out here, so got to keep yourself warm.
A lot of headbands and mitts around the field today. Ball working into the Lords' end where they're able to regain possession and send it to the near sideline, right into our media tent. Throw in coming from just in front of us here.
See, my first reaction wasn't to catch that, it was to head it.
The instincts, they never die. Ball into the midfield now. Battle LaPointe able to regain possession for a moment. And then there goes Shaylin Young in a battle with Thomas-Tate. And Thomas-Tate able to lock it down. Just continuing the script from yesterday. Excellent defensively as she's on the throw-in now. She was looking for Alberti there. Off of Alberti and out of bounds. It's going to be Emily Coons on the throw-in for the Durham Lords as we approach the 5-minute mark of our first consolation matchup. That's Mackenzie Barry with the ball, captain of these Durham Lords. She works it back to her back line. It's now over to the far side of the field. Erin Scott with it now. Heading down the far side. Ball looking for her winger on that far sideline. Cross deflected. Out of bounds for a corner kick.
Good start from Durham. They're pressing. They're in the other team's half for the first 5 minutes. Different than yesterday. Looking to come out, and they didn't seem to be that motivated, I thought, yesterday. But good for them for coming out here and putting on, trying to put some pressure. Playing
with a little bit of fire early. Here is Mackenzie Barry on the corner. Her cross is into the box. No one able to get ahead to it, but Lords are able to pick up the ball. Another cross coming in. No one home. It's deflected into the net. Looks like that one was off of LaPointe, but offside ruling not going to count there. Free kick coming for the Saints.
Ooh, tough break.
Tori Brown on the goal kick here, where it ends up in the middle of the field with the Saints. They're trying to work their way now into the attacking third. Do turn the ball over. Alberti now running onto it. Coons there on the defense. Alberti wins the battle. Saints with the ball. Attempted cross is then directed wide with the attempt from Alexandria Schooley. Goal kick ball.
Tough call for Durham there. It's hard to tell from our vantage point here to see if it was offside or not. You got to put the trust in the linesman on that one.
Absolutely, but regardless of it being waved off for an offside, indicative of the early pressure that the Lords have had.
Yep, absolutely.
Ball's deep into the corner now of the Lords end, rolls out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in coming, possibly a goal kick. It'll be a ball taking the goal kick from the far side of the field. Lords working to the far side of the field now as ball sends it into the midfield where the Saints win the header and maintain possession. Now they're heading down the far sideline, but the pass rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in coming for Aaron Scott of the Lords.
See Thomas Tate in the back. I thought she played absolutely fantastic yesterday for St. Clair. I don't know what happened the first couple of minutes. Maybe didn't have her shin pads on or something, but they made a substitution within 3 minutes to get her back in the game.
And I imagine that was probably the first substitution all along, just depending on how this game started. Here come the Lords now the other way. Room to work with it. Cuts back to the inside of the box, but is angled off by the St. Clair defense. Nice body position to limit the threat. And then the ball is steered into the corner. Appears to be a St. Clair Saints throw-in.
She should have got her shot off a little earlier there. She had already had the defender beat and decided to cut back again. If she had got that shot off, it was on to... Anytime you can see the net, you have to let her rip.
Especially from that distance within that 18-yard box. They've had one goal disallowed. You know they want to keep testing the goalie.
Absolutely.
Throw is in from the Saints and then sent down the sideline right to a member of the Lords. That's Lauren Coyle with it now. She beats the first marker, floats one into the back of the box, right onto a foot of her teammate, and that is into the back of the net. Natasha Hasenstein. That one's going to stand. 1-0 Durham Lords over the St. Clair Saints.
Great ball over the top, right into the space behind the defenders. If you're going to beat that center back for St. Clair, that's how you're going to do it. You get the ball overhead. Is anything on the ground that she can touch with her feet, it's going to be her ball.
Yes, an excellent pass, Brian. Originally, I thought it was an attempt on net and just curled it into the open space for Hasenstein to pound it into the low right corner.
Well, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say she passed it because it was a great ball.
Here come the Lords now, looking to keep up this momentum they've built in the first 10 minutes of this action. Ball on the foot of the Saints now, looking for Alberti. She's got room to run. Ball there to handle it, however. Sturdy as ever. She lofts one up right around midfield. Saints able to win the ball, but immediately out of bounds for a Durham throw. Going to be Coons on the throw here. She gets it to LaPointe, who is ruled to have corralled that one with her arm. Going to be a free kick coming from the near sideline. Charisse Thomas Tate to take it for the Saints. Natasha Hasenstein, our goal scorer in this one, as it is 1-0 Durham Lords early in our consolation side. Saints able to force a turnover, but quickly give it right back to Durham Now a battle in the midfield. Ball rolls out on the far sideline. Saints with a throw. Lords able to win the header, but onto the foot of a member of St. Clair. Now it's Hasenstein looking to run onto it. Unable to possess. She attempts a header again. Room to run for LaPointe, but the St. Clair Saints are able to get there first. Ball in the middle of the field now. Now into the attacking third, where it's steered away to the far side by a member of the Lords. St. Clair trying to go over the top, looking for Alberti, unable to connect. Now it's Emily Coons with it on the near side. A little bit of miscommunication results in a lost ball there for the Lords. Here comes St. Clair. Cassie Nicholas, her shot blocked. And then Durham trying to head the other way now. Free kick coming for the Lords. On the feet now of Lauren Coyle. She plays it ahead, looking for Hasenstein in a foot race for the ball. St. Clair forced to just play it out for a Durham throw deep in their own end.
They seem to have their players really pushed up, and I think maybe if they had have done this yesterday against Fanshawe, Durham, they would have had a different result. This is a good tactic by Durham. Put pressure on their back line, and of course, look at they've been in their end the majority of the time here.
And now here they are with the throw-in, looking to get it into the box. It skips over Thomas Tate. LaPointe unable to collect it, and then St. Clair able to clear it from danger for now and send it to the middle of the field. There's Nicholas in a battle. She loses the ball, able to pounce on it, however, leads one for Alberti. Foot race with Coons and ball. Ball wins, however, steering it away. And then the Lords lofting it into the midfield. Ball's played to the far sideline. St. Clair keeps it in play. The Lords really trying to work that far side of the field, but they can't keep it in bounds, and it's out for a throw.
Funny, whenever I see a sweeper in the game anymore, it sort of went out of the game, and it seems to have come back the last couple of years, because some of the teams that I've seen, even at youth level, are starting to play with a sweeper again. Just that extra security blanket in the back.
And as we talked about yesterday, not very many of those hammer throwers, as you described them.
Yeah.
Every one of these players on the defensive side, especially the sweeper, have to be skilled.
Absolutely. I mean, if I ever come across a team that does play with the sweeper, I always instruct the striker to go stand with the sweeper, because that player is always being marked by a center back, and if you go stand with the sweeper, now you're taking two players away, because the sweeper really doesn't want to mark anybody.
Now the Lords with a throw-in on the far side. That was Aaron Scott, but it goes off of Hasenstein and out. St. Clair on the throw. Scott sends a header back out of bounds, and St. Clair's going to try one more time. Lords able to get this one as well. There's Hasenstein running onto the ball. She's leading her teammate there. That's Melinda Roblero. Her shot is blocked, and then Thomas Tate jumping on that one and clearing the danger. Heading down the near sideline. Plenty of room to operate with the ball at her feet. Her pass blocked by Coons. Possibly a second too late, looking for Alberti. Tries to get her on the throw-in now. Is successful. She makes a nice move to the near sideline. Another nice move back into the middle of the field. And then crossing it, looking for her striker. Deflected off of the defender's noggin and past the end line for a corner kick. Couple of nice ball moves there, Brian.
Yeah, no, some good skill by the right winger. The center back here, Thomas Tate, again, cleaning up in the back, running forward with the ball. Just held onto the ball a little too long there.
An attempt on goal there from St. Clair. Just a little too high. Going to be a goal kick coming as we approach 16 minutes into half number one in our first consolation matchup of day number 2 at the 2017 OCAA Women's Soccer Provincials, hosted by Cambrian College. Here comes the goal kick from ball. It's intercepted by Alberti, but she's unable to knock it down to her feet. St. Clair able to jump on it, however, an attempt from distance, and what a shot from Cassie Nicholas over the goalkeeper into the top left corner. An excellent display of skill to tie this at ones.
That's the goal of the tournament for me so far.
Excellent effort, distance on that strike, power, accuracy, everything she needed to tie this game up. Both teams now on the board for their first time in this tournament.
Yeah, that was a great strike. I don't know. I know I didn't see the 2 games in the afternoon, but the games that I did see, man, that strike so far for me, like I said, was the goal of the tournament.
Durham with the ball on the near sidelines. Here's Coons with it now, taking it from Oblero, heading the other way. Cut off by a member of the Saints. Mackenzie Barry has the ball at her feet. The captain plays it ahead, looking for Corey Lapointe. She's run off the ball. It's now on the near sideline with a member of the Saints, where it goes out of bounds, deep in their end for a Durham throw.
Good for St. Clair, showing a little bit of fight back after the goal that set them back 1-0. Comes back, ties it up. Now we've got a game.
Throw-in is taken away there by the Saints, but Coons is able to recover. It's then steered out of bounds. Going to be another Durham throw. She gets it to Lapointe on the throw-in. Ravneet Rana takes the ball away now. She looked for Alberti, but a little bit too much mustard on that pass, and it's out of bounds on the near side. Coons' throw gets to Lapointe once again. In a battle with Rana, she beats her to the outside, sends it ahead. Roblero loses the ball to Cherise Thomas-Tate. She goes down clutching her side, slow to get up. Taken away by Coons, and then steered out of bounds. Throw in coming. Roblero stays on her feet. Looks like she's going to stay in the game. Free kick is the ruling there?
I think, yeah. Thomas-Tate a little too aggressive on that challenge. She is an aggressive player, but she had 2 in a row and didn't get away with the second one.
Here comes the free kick. Looking to connect with one of her attackers. It appeared to be Lapointe, but it's deflected out. Going to be a corner kick coming. There goes Barry to take the corner. Here comes the corner kick. Massive bodies, but no one able to direct it on goal. It goes out of bounds, going to be a goal kick. 1-1 score advantage, 1-1 score, 3-3 shot chart for both of these teams. A pretty even game so far. Here comes the goal kick. Hasenstein plays it back to Barry. The captain tries to get it to her winger on the far side, can't connect, but does get the ball right back. Makes a nice move to the middle of the field, sends it to Lapointe, no connection there, and it's scooped up by Tori Brown in the net for the St. Clair Saints. Ball's played into the midfield. St. Clair gets possession. Looking for Alberti. Coons there to deflect it away. St. Clair winning possession here. Possibly just trying to juggle the ball with their noggins. On the feet of the Lords now.
Bit of ping pong in there.
Now they head the other way with speed. Hasenstein running onto the ball. Rolls out of bounds for a goal kick.
Just a little too aggressive on that play. She had beat the player and got frustrated, lost the ball, and just when you put your hands on a player, it's always going to be a foul.
Excuse me, a free kick coming here from Cherise Thomas-Tate in the box. She sends it down the near sideline. Alberti can't quite get the head to it.
Again, you cannot let that ball bounce. Once it hits that turf, it's going to skip. You've got to get to it before it bounces on this turf.
Coons looking for Roblero. She steers it in the middle, looking now for Lapointe, who has it at her feet in a battle with Rana. We've seen those two match up a couple times early in this one. Lord's able to take possession in the midfield. Into the middle once again. St. Clair jumps all over that one. And then it's played ahead, looking for Nicholas, the goal scorer for St. Clair. Can't find her. There's Barry in a battle with 3 members of the Saints, and she's able to win the possession of the ball. Going to be a free kick coming for the Durham Lords. Here comes the free kick. Go the short route to the captain, Barry. She works it onto the far side, trying to regroup here, pestered by Nicholas, and it's deflected out of bounds off of Barry for Saints throw. Throw in deflected back, but the Saints able to regain possession, looking for Nicholas again. The Lords all over that one. Now Alberti running onto the ball, room to operate. Coons trying to close the distance. A battle on the near sideline, out of bounds. Throw in coming in the attacking third of the field for the Saints. Throw in comes, and now a cross into the box, looking for Nicholas again. She's able to get a touch to it, but unable to control it. Rana beats Lapointe in the foot race, but the ball is lofted too far over the head of Alberti, out of bounds. Goal kick. Ball kicking from the far side of the field. She sends it to the far sideline. St. Clair able to get to the header first. Coons sends it deep, looking for Lapointe. She's in a battle with 2 Saints, loses possession, but again, pass with just a little bit too much weight behind it, out for a goal kick. It appears early on that St. Clair's looking to build wide and build speed into these attacks, looking to end with a cross, right, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, it's they are starting to get the ball into wide areas. I would just, it seems like sometimes the winger is a little too far inside. If that winger is inside the field, and the ball's played wide, she has to go outside to get it. So she's actually running away from the net. If she stays wide and the ball's played wide, then she's taking a touch towards the goal. So she'd be better off staying on the touchline and waiting for a pass to come to her.
Substitution coming for the Lords. Leaving the game is Lauren Coyle. She's being replaced by Madison High. Durham with the throw-in on the near sideline. Coons once again. We're approaching 25 minutes through half number 1. Her throw knocked away by a member of the Saints, and then Coons fires it out of bounds just in front of us here in the 10.
We're like a magnet for that ball today. Here it comes again.
Coons is just firing it at us on this near sideline. Another throw coming for these Saints, slowly but surely working their way down the field. Alberti chipping it ahead, looking for Nicholas. She runs onto the ball, but the ruling is offside. Going to be a free kick for the Lords, just outside of the box from the looks of it.
Yeah, just a little too eager to get in there. Straight offside.
Ball on the kick. She floats one all the way past everybody, leaving Melinda Roblero to run onto the ball. It's out of bounds. Throw in coming. Coons once again taking the throw on this near side. She gets Roblero on it. She's unable to possess it, however. Ball comes back to Coons. She lost one up, looking for the tall Natasha Hasenstein, unable to connect, but gets it to her this time around. Her pass deflected away. There go the Saints looking for Nicholas. Ball coming out to get it, and then clearing it out of harm's way. On the near side now with Roblero. She goes back to her back line, who after pressure from the Saints are forced to steer it out of bounds for a St. Clair throw. Alexis Provost on the throw-in. She looks for Alberti, who loses it to Coons. Her pass finds a member of the Saints and is directed out on the near side.
Looks like that wind's starting to pick up again. Always difficult to play in windy conditions. Don't mind the cold, it's the wind that is tough.
What wrinkles does that add to the game with a breeze like this?
When it's windy, you've got to try to keep the ball on the floor. If the ball's in the air, it does strange things. I mean, if it's on the ground, it's you're able to control it a little bit better. You can direct it where you want it to go. When it's in the air, it's all over the place.
Saints have the ball now at the feet of Rana. She moves it up to the midfield. Now with Nicholas. Lead pass to the near side. Ball's got it once again. Calm and collected in the net there for the Lords. She fires one high into the middle of the field. Hasenstein gets the foot to it, but unable to control it. Nicholas with it now for the Saints. She has a long attempt on goal, scooped up easily by Jaden Ball.
And that's not a bad idea. If shoot from distance, and if that ball's skipping the way it does, a low one on the floor like that, it'd be a pretty smart idea. And the goalkeeper's got some height, so it may be harder for her to get down on the floor.
Now the Saints trying to build up another attack. This one lofted high, but then steered away by a member of the Lords' defense to the far side of the field. Saints on the throw-in. Knocked down, but right to a member of Durham. And then the Lords just send it out of bounds a little further down that far sideline. Saints back with it. Cross into the box, looking for Alberti. Floats harmlessly past everyone and out for a goal kick for Jaden Ball.
Dangerous ball in the box. That's got to be a keeper's ball. Anything that comes inside between that 6-yard box and the 18, the goalkeeper's got to come and collect that.
Feels like momentum has shifted early in this one, Brian. Felt like Durham was controlling the pace of play early. Yeah. Not the case anymore?
No, it definitely has shifted. Durham's having a hard time getting out of their own end now, where the first 10 minutes were it was all Durham. And now it's that goal that St. Clair scored has given them some life.
St. Clair's throw-in rolls all the way down to the goal line, but not out. Coons able to move it to her teammate and then it's cleared from danger. Rana with it now for the Saints. She's looking for Alberti. Again, just a little too heavy on the pass, however, as it rolls out for a goal kick. Jaden Ball has been busy in that net.
She'll stay warm. This is also difficult for the St. Clair goalkeeper. When you don't see a lot of action for 10, 15 minutes and you're standing in the net, when the ball comes the other way, you've got to get ready. You've got to be prepared. You've got to stay warm, focused, especially when the temperatures are the way it is.
We've got a pair of substitutions coming for the Saints. Julia Alberti leaving the game. We'll fill you in on the remainder of the substitutions as we are updated. Ball's now on the far side of the field in possession of a member of the Saints. A battle on the far sideline, won by the Lords, but directed out for a St. Clair throw. They give it right back to Durham, however, and it's Erin Scott with it on the far side. She uses the back heel to escape danger, but no choice there for Shaylin Young but to steer it away and for a throw. Corner kick coming now for St. Clair.
It's all St. Clair at the moment. Big shift here.
Yeah, for about the last 10 minutes or so, they've been dictating the entirety of this play. See if they can capitalize on the corner kick now. They choose to go to the short route to Cassie Nicholas. A little bit of a give and go and an opportunity, and it's in the back of the net, just like Coach drew it up. What an effort from the Saints. A heavenly goal to make it 2-1 St. Clair.
Yeah, I think that we saw them try to do that yesterday against Humber. And against a team like Humber, it was tough. They closed you down quick. I was criticizing them for not getting balls in the box when they had an opportunity, but it looks like that was something that they drew up from the training ground.
Appeared to be Melanie Jubenville to get the goal there, but we will confirm that for you. Ball's now into the St. Clair end. Coons with the ball now, plays it to the middle, but it's taken away by Jubenville.
We'll see how Durham react here. Back when they went down 1-0 to was it Fanshawe?
Yes.
Didn't seem to react very well, so we'll see how they react here.
A shot on goal from the Lords goes wide right. Goal kick coming there for Tori Brown.
Well done to St. Clair for coming back. Down 1-0, ties it up. Momentum shift. You could almost see it coming with the pressure that they put on Durham's back line.
And at this point, the best defense is probably to continue to put that pedal to the metal, try and get another one on the board in these final 12 minutes of the first half.
Absolutely.
St. Clair has it now. Coming to the near sideline. It's deflected off of Roblero and out of bounds. It's going to be a throw for the yellow team. St. Clair deflects that one out of bounds. Danica Dupuis unable to corral that one. Coons with the throw to Roblero. She steps in to help maintain possession of the ball. Big battle there. It's now on the feet of the Lords. Roblero's pass deflected and then taken away by Cassie Nicholas. Jubenville plays it ahead, but it's just going to roll harmlessly down to ball in the Durham end.
That's where the midfielder here has got to just, when she gets the ball, lift her head up, look for a teammate, keep a bit of possession instead of just kicking it away. Nobody was up at that point when she played the ball forward, so she's got to take a bit of time, have a look.
Battle for the ball in the midfield. Looks to be a foul called. Cassie Nicholas, one of the goal scorers for St. Clair, just receiving a chat from the referee. Just a warning, no booking there. Referees weren't busy in the book yesterday much, but we did see 3 yellow cards in the Cambrian Golden Shield's game. All 3 going to members of the Golden Shield. Now the Lords with the ball. It's Emily Coons working into the middle of the field. Her shot blocked. Shaylin Young knocks that one down with her hand. Free kick coming for St. Clair. Charisse Thomas-Tate on the free kick. It's on the far side of the field now, right around the midfield line. A nice effort there from the player on the Lords to maintain possession. She's still going, but misses Hasenstein with the lead pass. Shaylin Young with it now, works it back. St. Clair able to win the battle for that ball. Cassie Nicholas with it now. She tried to push one through to Leah Berenz, but unable to connect. And again, Jaden Ball with it. She takes a quick one out to her center back. Then lofted to the far sideline. Aaron Scott with it now. A battle now on the far side between 2 members of each team. Lords able to win possession for a brief moment. Pass for LaPointe. Nobody there. Roblero, though, with room to run onto the ball now. Right at the edge of the box. St. Clair able to force the turnover. Jubenville, the second goal scorer for this team, heading the other way. Looking to find someone for a lead pass. Much too heavy on that one. It didn't even look like Nicholas had started her run yet.
I think she had the winger here waiting for the ball. A little soft pass to the winger would have been the correct option for her at that time.
Coons plays it ahead, but Jubenville intercepts the pass.
That's better.
Nicholas running onto the ball. She gives it away. Cleared by Scott, right to Thomas Tate. Jaden Ball has to make a play here. She gets a little bit of air under that one, unable to clear the danger. Ball goes off of Coons and out of bounds.
I think the goalkeeper may have been able to pick that up. I'm not sure if that was considered a pass back, more of a missed kick, but better to be safe than sorry, I guess.
Ball goes out of bounds once again. This time it's going to be a Durham throw. And we did see that situation yesterday in the morning, Brian, where a goalkeeper picked one up, resulting in a free kick from about 4.5 yards out.
Yeah, I mean, I think now that rule's been in play for a number of years now that people know enough not to do it. But it's dicey sometimes for the goalkeeper when they're not sure if it was intentionally played back to them or not.
St. Clair with the ball now. Jubenville has it. She looks for Nicholas once again, unable to possess it, however. Hasenstein has it now. She sends it to the near side, looking for Roblero. She gets bumped, loses the ball. St. Clair playing it ahead now past Coons, but Nicholas is able to make a play on it. Just a little too heavy with her touch, sending it out as we approach 7 minutes left in the first half of this one.
Sometimes you see players panic in situations with the ball when there doesn't need to be a panic. You know, to put your foot on the ball and connect the pass, it settles the rest of the group down and it allows your players to spread out and get wide. You don't want it to become a ping pong match. You know, if players can put their foot on the ball, string a few passes together, it'll settle everybody down.
Rana able to cut that goal kick off for St. Clair, but the Lords back on the ball now, and it's deflected off a member of the Saints and out of bounds for a throw-in on the far side of the field. Aaron Scott on the throw for Durham. Throwing collected there on the far side. Shaylin Young turning that one over to Cassie Nicholas. Ball floats harmlessly out of bounds. Going to be another St. Clair throw from the far side of the field. The throw is headed down by a member of Durham. That was Mackenzie Berry, who had the ball taken away. Cassie Nicholas goes down, earning her team a free kick from just outside the 35-yard line. Worth an attempt on goal from that distance?
Yeah, I would, especially in these conditions. But here they go again with the short ones.
Working outside, room for a cross here, possibly. Good defensive effort there on the far side of the field by the Lords.
I'm always a believer. If you can get that ball in the box, get it in the box. If you're going to make a short one and you can't get it in the box, it's not worth it. I mean, they did a short corner that resulted in the goal last time, but we'll see if it happens again.
Exact same play drawn up. Room to work once again. This time just a little bit too much power on the shot. Looks like it may have been deflected off a member of the Lords. Yes, it was. There's going to be a corner kick from the near sideline. Got room to operate on that short corner kick play once again. Just not the result.
No, they've worked on it for sure. You think that Durham would have picked up on it.
Nicholas taking the corner once again. Melanie Jubenville there with her. Cross coming into the box now. Cleared away with a header. And then Roblero able to steer it to the near sideline. Nicholas on it though. Makes a move to the middle of the field and tries to send a cross in. Jaden Ball scoops that one up easily. Lords with possession on the far side of the field. They go down that sideline. Natasha Hasenstein chips it ahead. Corey Lapointe running onto it. Rana able to clear it away and maintain possession. Plays it ahead. Looking for Berens, unable to connect. Lords regroup. And they play it downfield into the attacking half. Lapointe running onto it. In a foot race with Rana. Rana wins it and clears it out for a throw-in on the near side. Here's Coons with it now. Nicholas able to steal that one away from the Lord's defenders, but not quite able to make anything happen. Here's Jubenville going to take an attempt. Her low shot handled by Ball.
Too much time on the ball there. Durham backing up, allowing a shot to come in on the top of the box. You don't want to give players that opportunity to hit the ball in that area.
Goal kick cut off by a member of the Saints. Right back to Nicholas now, who has it knocked off her feet. Barry chipping it to the far side. Cherise Thomas-Tate there for St. Clair. The captain of Durham plays it out on the far sideline. Just under 3 minutes remaining in regulation of the first half, plus any stoppage time the referee decides to add. Throw-in comes from St. Clair right onto the foot of Shaylin Young of Durham. Mackenzie Barry unable to keep possession. Ball running to the near sideline to ensure that that one rolls harmlessly out. Throw in their own end for Durham. Awkward bounce from the ball there, but able to clear briefly from danger were the Durham Lords. St. Clair all over them at this moment. Ball floats to midfield and right in front of us for a St. Clair throw. Throw in with a little bit too much weight behind it. Cross into the middle now, looking for Nicholas. Jubenville, room to operate. She steps into another, but it's gloved down there by Ball.
Not really a lot of shot with conviction. I mean, it's almost like an in-between. Am I passing it or am I shooting it? I mean, if you're going to take a strike on goal, you've got to put your laces through it and just and hit it.
As we saw on Jubenville's first goal, she absolutely put the laces through that one for a rocket of a shot. Roblero running now down the near sideline. She sends a low cross into the box, right to Corey Lapointe. Lapointe still with possession, trying to work to the outside. She gets double teamed, and Roblero's kick looked to be off the weak foot and then out of bounds for a goal kick. Tori Brown going to take that kick, I believe. Potentially Cherise Thomas-Tate going to step over there. Indeed she is. And she sends it to the middle of the field, over the head of everyone, all the way to Leah Berenz. She tries to head it forward to Nicholas, who has it at her feet now. Berenz with a nice one-touch pass. Saints trying to build an attack. Ball gets knocked off of a member of St. Clair. Out of bounds here for a throw.
Looks like a handball.
Oh, you're correct, Brian. Ruling on the field was a handball on that member of the Saints, so going to be a free kick from just on their defensive side of the field. Bailey Colangelo on the kick. 1 minute of stoppage time starting now. Ball rolls out of bounds on the near sideline. Ruling on the field, St. Clair throw. It is a 2-1 lead for the Saints right now. Melanie Jubenville and Cassie Nicholas with the goals. St. Clair looking for options on the throw. They are able to get it to Madison High. And then the ball right in front of our tent once again. Throw-in coming on this side for the Lords.
I really want to play. The ball's close enough.
They are trying to get us involved in this one.
Next time it comes here, I'm kicking it.
Coons on the throw, taken away by Rana. High plays it back, and then it's up where High would have been had she not been the last person to touch the ball. There's the double whistles, folks. Through 45 minutes, 2-1 lead for the St. Clair Saints on goals from Cassie Nicholas and Melanie Jubenville. The goal for the Durham Lords, courtesy of Natasha Hasenstein. From your point of view, who had the stronger first half? St. Clair with the 2-1 lead. Durham did dominate early on.
it's like it's not what you've done early on, it's what you do at the end. And right now, I'd have to say St.CLAIR is taking the game over. Slow start, 1-0 down. Durham, I don't know whether they were just content to have a 1-0 lead or not, but took their pedal off the gas there for a while. And now it's St.CLAIR. I'd have to give the advantage here to St.CLAIR. They look the better side. They've put the pressure on. Durham's going to have to do a little bit more to step it up. It looks like Durham will have the wind in the second half. The wind seems to be blowing down that direction, so that'll help them. We'll see what happens in the second half.
You've had a long history now of coaching the beautiful game. If you're in that Durham locker room, what's a halftime adjustment you're suggesting to your players?
Well, there's really nothing to lose here, is there? I mean, it's a consolation game, so you want to go out. You want to go out and put as much pressure as you can on the other team. Take some chances. I mean, you got nothing to lose. Take some shots from distance, and especially when you have the wind. And if that ball hits the turf and you're shooting from distance, it's going to skip. Like I said, you got nothing to lose. But put an all-out attack. See what happens. I mean, if you go down another couple of goals, if you lose 2-1, if you lose 4-1, 5-1, it's still a loss. Might as well go for the win.
I feel like we've been talking about Charisse Thomas-Tate so much over the last 2 days, but with good reason. Early substitution into this game about 3 minutes in, and just dominant in the defensive end once again. Yeah,
she's a strong player. I mean, her game looks like it's based around her physical ability to play the game. Strikers don't want to go near, which is good. She's sending a message early to strikers. And when you're a striker playing against an aggressive center back like that, you're always looking over your shoulder to see if you're going to get hit. So it's a good part of her game. She's strong in the back. Also impressed with the number 9 up front.
Cassie Nicholas, number 9, the first goal scorer of this game for St.CLAIR.
Right. Beautiful goal. Looks to play. Another soccer brain, sort of something like the 23 from Franshaw that we saw yesterday in midfield. Doesn't look to give the ball away, keeps the ball on the ground, looks to play. If she can keep getting the ball to her feet, it'll be an advantage for St.CLAIR. And
you speak on that soccer mind, and that really is the big difference between a good player and a great player, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you look to see. I mean, they're just kicking the ball away when they're under pressure, and that's the key. If it's one thing to play the game with no pressure, you can kind of be calm on the ball, but when you have that pressure on your back and you're able to control it and make a play and move forward, that's the difference between a good player and a great player.
Absolutely. Now Durham trailing the St.CLAIR Saints 2-1. First goals for either of these teams in the tournament, as they were shut out in each of their first games yesterday. The winner of this game will move on to the consolation game tomorrow. It's going to be a big one for them. The host Cambrian Shield playing after this game, hoping to punch their ticket to the consolation side as well. A tough finish for Cambrian yesterday. A recap of our action from day number 1. It was the Humber Hawks taking the first game 1-0 over the St.CLAIR Saints. Durham, they dropped their action to the Fanshawe Falcons. You mentioned how dominant Fanshawe played in that game. The Algonquin Thunder, 62 goals for in the regular season. They added 6 more in their first playoff game with a shutout victory in that one over the Mohawk Mountaineers. Mohawk just outclassed top to bottom. Algonquin, a strong favorite in this tournament to reach their third straight gold medal game, and possibly pick up their third straight gold medal for the first time in program history. And then it was the Golden Shield host team falling 2-1 in our final game last night. Had a goal waved off in the waning moments due to an offside. Gave up a goal on a penalty kick. Just a heartbreaking loss for the Golden Shield. You've had experience with some of these players being in the area in Sudbury, Brian. If you're coaching, what are you saying to them to make sure they're up and ready for this consolation game coming up at noon?
Well, yeah, I know quite a few of the players. Have coached some of them, and I know that they were really expectations were high here, especially hosting in Sudbury, which doesn't happen very often. It's never happened before. But that's what happens. I mean, things happen, and I know they're gutted. They were looking forward to playing in a medal round at least. But you know what? They got to pick themselves up now. They're still playing at home. They still have a chance to play in whether it's a consolation final or whatever. A bit of pride's at stake here, so we'll see what happens. I mean, if I'm the coach, and I'm sure the coach Giuseppe and Coach Dana will have their troops ready to go. It's going to be tough to pick them up. It's a tough loss. I wasn't expecting it, but to bounce back from that. They got to put it behind them, come out and put a good performance out here.
All right, folks, that is it for half number 1 at James Jerome Sports Complex in the 2017 OCAA Women's Soccer Provincial Championships. St. Clair Saints lead 2-1 over the Durham Lords. Join us for the second half in just a moment.
It's almost impossible to imagine life without computers. They've become such an integral part of our everyday lives. Businesses, manufacturers, educational institutions, hospitals, labs, homes, they all require computer network technology to function and to bring people together. We have incredible partnerships with Cisco Systems and the Microsoft Corporation. Our students gain up-to-date industry-recognized skills. It's really tough to find this level of training anywhere else. Our students really learn from the best. Our faculty have industry experience and amazing credentials. Each and every one of us is committed to setting our students up for success. Our graduates are great prospects for employers, and with several medals under their belts, it's easy to see why. What really sets our program apart is the hands-on experience our students gain. The majority of our work is spent troubleshooting real problems in live settings. Network technician students move on to even more training, or they start their careers right away. And our computer systems technology students can challenge industry certifications that open even more doors once they're out in the field. The industry is set to produce countless new jobs. Computer technology experts are absolutely in high demand worldwide. If you're looking for a career that offers variety, a competitive salary, and long-term growth, this really is your ticket. Every day there are new opportunities. In this field, you contribute real-world impact everywhere you go.
Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems are a necessity. All human activity relies on HVAC in some capacity. Homes, office buildings, industrial plants, computer systems, medical labs, they all require complex HVAC systems to function. Cambrian students hone their skills on a wide range of state-of-the-art equipment in workshop settings and in our computer simulation lab. They learn from the best. We've got educators with the highest credentials within our walls. And each and every one of them is committed to setting students up for success. Our program is endorsed by the TSSA, and we are one of only 2 colleges in the province to offer certification-level training for oil-fired and gas systems. Students can choose to challenge industry certifications that allow them to work in the field while continuing their studies, and graduates move on to related apprenticeships or start their careers right away. Graduates are great prospects for employers. They're gold and silver medal winners at skills competitions, and many of them receive job offers before they even complete the program. HVAC careers offer variety, respect, great salary, lifelong employment, and opportunity. The industry is set to produce countless new jobs as the market for HVAC systems expands around the world. HVAC technicians are problem solvers. They keep equipment running smoothly. They are the experts who make sure all spaces where we live and work are safe and comfortable. Skills that our graduates proudly bring to their job sites and their communities every day.
float this year is Fairy Tale Christmas to go with the theme for the Sudbury Santa Claus Parade. We went with the idea, the Island of Misfit Toys from the movie Rudolph. And it kind of evolved from there as the students were building it. And they went into fairy tales of what people and kids would be dreaming about as their Christmas gifts. So when you looked at the float, you would actually see that we had all kinds of things, from a giant train to a bicycle, stuffed animals, drum sets, various gifts of different sizes, that kind of idea. So it was just basically the spirit of Christmas using everyone's imagination. The float was constructed by our Theatre Arts Technical Production students, so there was first year and second year students that worked on it. And then we also had students walking alongside the float, handing out our giveaways this year. So we had a group from the Early Childhood Education Program, we had the child and youth practitioners, we had some student council representation there as well. So we had a really great involvement from the community. The actual construction of the float took about 2 weeks from start to finish, that the students were working during their class time and outside of class time. During the same time, they were working on a few different productions as well. So they put a lot of effort in. I couldn't even begin to count the hours and energy that they put into this.
It's hard to visualize what we're building. So when we go to
Half number 2 at James Jerome Sports Complex in the OCAA 2017 Women's Provincial Soccer Championships. St. Clair Saints leading 2-1 over the Durham Lords. St. Clair getting their goals from Melanie Jubinville and Cassie Nicholas. Both of them excellent strikes, Brian.
Yeah, one was fantastic. Like I said, goal of the tournament so far. Nice to see, even though it is a consolation final, that you see a spectacular goal like that. And then the other goal, the second goal, was a set play, obviously, that they've worked on. Tried it a couple times against Humber. Didn't come off, but it came off today.
Natasha Hasenstein scored the only goal and the first one of this game for the Durham Lords. Cross into the middle now off of a corner kick. Deflected back out. Going to be another attempt at the corner for St. Clair. My name's Noah Vout. I'm here with Brian Ashen, former member of Canadian Men's Soccer U17 through U23 program. Happy to have you here. Lords heading the other way with the ball now. Jubinville able to cut that one off. St. Clair really dictated the play for the last 15 to 20 minutes of that half. It'll be interesting to see what the Lords try and do to counteract that coming out of the gate in half number 2 here. Here's Durham with the ball. Lead pass on the near side to Erin Scott. She gets a foot to it, but can't quite keep that one in bounds. It's currently a 7-4 shot advantage for the Saints. Throw in from St. Clair. Jubinville plays it ahead, but nobody there. Cut off by Bailey Colangelo, and then played it ahead to Hasenstein. She offers one up from distance, collected easily there by Tori Brown, who has been not really that busy in the later parts of that first half.
No, it's been St. Clair. I mean, it looks like they're picking up where they left off right before the half.
Do you worry about a goalkeeper going through a lull such as this without getting many touches to the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like I said before, in weather like this, they can be standing there doing nothing, and it's easy to lose a bit of concentration. You got to keep yourself mentally active as well as physically moving around just to keep warm, because if you don't see any action for a while, all of a sudden you're called upon to make that save. You've got to be ready.
Handball was the ruling against the Durham Lords. Cerise Thomas-Tate on the free kick. She does give it away to Melinda Roblero, who plays it ahead looking for Hasenstein. She's got room to operate, cut down there by the St. Clair Saints defender. That was Alexandria Schooley making a great play. Ball's out of bounds for a throw-in for Durham. Going to be Emily Coons on the far side of the field with the throw. We're just over 3 minutes into the second half here in our first consolation matchup. Winner of this game will be in the consolation finals of this tournament tomorrow. Cambrian and Mohawk going to be the winner of that game, taking them on. They play at noon today. Here's Durham with the ball once again. Played on the near side to Scott. She's unable to collect that one. Rolls harmlessly out of bounds. St. Clair going to get a throw on the near side of the field. Jubenville can't corral that one. Hasenstein has it. Now it's to the captain, Mackenzie Barry. She loses possession. Scott able to recover for a moment. Cassie Nicholas makes a nice play, but can't collect the ball after, and Barry now heading the other way with the Lords. Nice attempted touch pass to Roblero. She keeps it in for a moment, but it does go out for a St. Clair throw.
Again, you know, I'd like to see Durham push up a little bit higher, a little bit more pressure on the back line of St. Clair. You know, down 2-1. I would think that they'd put a little bit more pressure, especially as the game goes on.
Here comes Jubenville. A great move to create some space, but Kuhn slides over from the far side to stop that attack before it even started. Ball gets deflected off a member of the Saints and out of bounds on the near side. Going to be a throw for Durham. Scott on the throw-in. Throw-in from Scott, knocked down by a member of the Saints, but right back to Aaron Scott. She gives it away to Melanie Jubenville, one of our goal scorers. Cassie Nicholas plays it ahead. In come the Saints now into the box. Opportunity coming. Jaden Ball makes the first save, and then the ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick. Ball able to get the leg down there, knock it away.
Good save by the goalkeeper.
See if the Saints try and drop another one of those short corner kicks, or if they look to loft one into the box here.
You've got to send 2 Durham players out there to take care of that. There we go. Corner's coming.
There goes the cross. St. Clair able to get to it first, but not able to direct it on goal, and then Jaden Ball hops on that one, locking it down for Durham.
It's good using her height there to be able to come up and catch the ball.
Tied for tallest player in this game is Jaden Ball, standing at 5'11". First-year goalkeeper from Oshawa. Had a good tournament so far. It's going to probably be busy the second half if St. Clair continues this pace of play.
Yeah, absolutely. She's done really well.
Free kick for the Lords. Taken a little bit too quickly. It's going to be Bailey Colangelo taking the free kick here for Durham. Was looking for Natasha Hasenstein, Durham's lone goal scorer of the tournament, but she couldn't find her, and it's steered away by St. Clair. It's going to be a throw here for Durham. Scott looking to get it into the box to Corey Lapointe. She can't collect that one. Lands at the feet of Mackenzie Barry. And then Lapointe with an opportunity on goal, just missing. Appeared to take a turn off a member of the Saints. Indeed it did. Going to be ruled a corner kick for Durham. There goes the captain, Mackenzie Barry, getting in place to send the ball into the box. Here comes the cross from Barry. She lofts it into the box. St. Clair able to clear that one, but it goes out of bounds once again. Going to be, well, this one ruled a goal kick. Sorry, off of a member of the Lords, apparently. Tori Brown on the goal kick. Jubenville unable to collect that one from her keeper. Aaron Scott sending a lofting pass into the box. Charisse Thomas-Tate deflecting it away. Going to be a throw-in in the attacking third of the field for Durham. Scott throwing it into the box where it's handled by Ravneet Rana. She can't collect it, however, and it rolls out of bounds. Going to be another corner kick for Durham, controlling a little bit of this action in the offensive side of the field right now, Brian.
Yeah, sustained some pressure here in the last 5 minutes, and let's see if they can equalize. It's a good service around the box, maybe around the top of the penalty area.
8 attackers in that box right now for Durham. Gets to one of their players, but she's unable to direct it on net. And Charisse Thomas-Tate cleaning up the mess Foul called against Durham. Free kick coming.
You hate to see that as a coach. You know, you've got the other team pinned in their back, and a silly little foul like that just lets them off the hook and they're able to get out.
Just about 9 minutes through half number 2 in consolation semifinal number 1. Melanie Jubenville heads the ball. Hasenstein able to get there for the Lords, but can't hang on to it. Here's Corey Lapointe in a battle with Cherise Thomas-Tate. Tate knocks the ball away, but it does go out of bounds again for another throw for the Lords on this near side. Aaron Scott to take it once again. Cleared there by Rana. Scott running back on it now. Loses possession of the ball. St. Clair trying to start an attack here. Foul called against Scott. Free kick coming just outside of the 30-yard line. Thomas Tate to take it. She puts one on goal. A little bit too much of a curl on that one ball, able to handle it easily. Corey Lapointe with the ball at midfield. Here's Aaron Scott with it. She's in a foot race, but loses the ball. Down she goes as well. No call there. Ball sent in the middle of the field by St. Clair. Here's Cassie Nicholas with it. She was looking there for Julia Alberti. Back in the game after coming out about halfway through the first half. A nice move to get around her marker. And then gets stopped there. Durham with the ball on the far side. Forced out of bounds for a St. Clair throw-in. There's Alberti with it again in a battle with Roblero. Roblero deflects that one out of bounds as well. Another throw. Pass cut off there by Melinda Roblero. Corey Lapointe in a foot race with Rana now. She loses it, and St. Clair sends it the other way. But collected by Durham. They cough that one up in the midfield, only to have it given right back. A little bit of a ping-pong action going on right now at midfield between both teams. Here come the Lords attempting to break through into the attacking half. Emily Coons running onto the ball. Ravni Rana forced to just clear it for a throw.
Yeah, hard for either team to establish a bit of possession at this point. It seems to be going back and forth. Durham, though, I would say have a bit of a slight advantage maybe in this second half going forward. And if they can continue, we might squeeze one in here.
Their throw is taken away by the Saints. Melanie Jubenville with it now. Her lead pass finds Cassie Nicholas. She's bumped off the ball. Cherise Thomas-Tate able to get the head to that one and clear it away. Roblero with a nice slide tackle on Jubenville, but can't get the ball back. And the Saints heading the other way. Nicholas cuts down the lead pass and then is unable to connect. Here come the Lords now, an opportunity of their own. Through ball all the way through to Brown in the net and handled easily.
Again, it's that ball up the middle. They've got one of their best players, if not their best player for St. Clair, is the 19, the center back. You want to try and keep that ball away from her. And to do that, I said it yesterday, you've got to get the ball wide areas.
Ball offered on goal there by the Saints. That was Elena Banks with the shot. Scooped up by Ball.
Nice thing here for St. Clair, just looking at the roster. A lot of first and second year players, so maybe something to build on.
Yes, definitely a lot of good experience for the young players on this team. Here goes Emily Coons now for the Lords. She looks for Corey Lapointe. Rolls past Lapointe. Ravneet Rana able to clear the ball to the sideline in a battle with Melinda Roblero. Rana wins the ball. Coons jumps that pass, sending it back down the sideline. She offers a cross into the box. Can't quite get it to her. Going to be a goal kick, and Coons appeared to get a spike on that one in the shin. She's limping just a touch. An important player for this Durham Lords team. Ruling on the play was a foul, so it is going to be a free kick from the far side of the field. Within striking distance, but the angle probably leading more likely to a pass there.
Yeah, if they can find the 22 here, tall girl in the goal scorer for Durham, be probably to their advantage to play one in the air here.
Yeah, Natasha Hasenstein, the other player in this game who stands at 5'11". Durham should look to take advantage of that height here, and they loft a ball in.
Ooh.
Not quite enough distance to get it to 22 in green, and it's cleared by Charisse Thomas-Tate for a corner kick. Mackenzie Berry trotting over from the other side of the field to take that kick as well. Seven attackers in the box for Durham. Here comes the cross. It's connected off of the foot of, hard to tell from here, but either way, St. Clair puts that one into the net. Durham putting that one into the net to tie this game up at 2, right around the 60-minute mark of this game. Lords back even and controlling play through the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Well, you could see that coming. Pressure, again, put on by Durham. Wow, I know it's a consolation game, but probably more entertaining than I've seen here.
Both teams getting a couple of goals on the board after being shut out yesterday. Substitution made there. St. Clair with the ball now. Jubenville looking for the far side winger, unable to connect with her. Mackenzie Berry with the ball for the Lords. Shaylin Young turning that one over. Madison High on the turnover, but Durham still with the ball now. Berry in a battle. It's deflected to Erin Scott. She sends it down the near sideline. Durham with the ball. Loses it out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in coming. Erin Kappel unable to make the play. Kappel taken down. Going to be a free kick for Durham. Looking to keep this momentum rolling as they spent most of this half on the attack. Erin Scott with the free kick. She was looking for Corey Lapointe, couldn't quite get it to her. And here's Melanie Jubenville now. She gets it ahead for St. Clair. Mackenzie Berry now with it for Durham. She regroups back to Jaden Ball in the net. She slips one past Cassie Nicholas, but can't get it to her defender. And now an opportunity for the Saints. Shot from distance into the net for St. Clair. Cassandra Rose Medeiros putting St. Clair back ahead 3-2 in the 62nd minute. A questionable pass there from Jaden Ball, Brian.
Yeah, man, I mean, here we go again. I mean, Durham, they say this is the most crucial time in a game when you've just scored a goal. For the next 5 minutes, you've got to be careful. And what an answer back from St. Clair. Goalkeeper maybe should have put her foot through that ball and put it somewhere near the halfway line. But well done to St. Clair. It came out. What a response.
Erin Scott checking out of this game. Lauren Coyle coming in. Durham back with possession. Dictated play, but find themselves again behind by 1 on the scoreboard. Battle on the far side. Throw in for St. Clair. Rose Medeiros, the third leading goal scorer for the Saints in the regular season, getting their third goal of this game. An offensive explosion after being shut out yesterday. Here's Charisse Thomas-Tate. She loses the ball to Melinda Roblero. And there goes Roblero with it, looking for Corey Lapointe. She collects it inside the box, playing it into the middle. Hasenstein attempts a back heel, but can't get it to her teammate. St. Clair able to clear the defensive box. And then here go the Saints on the counterattack. Cassie Nicholas running onto the ball. nimbly creating some space for herself. Rose Medeiros with it now. A nice touch to split the D, but unable to recollect it after that. An attempt from distance rolls softly into the hands of the goalkeeper.
That's a tough goal to concede for Durham, and they clawed themselves back, and within minutes they're down again. The goalkeeper up to this point, I thought, has had a pretty good tournament, and you know, anybody can make a mistake on that field, but if the goalie does, you're down a goal.
The flurries are starting to fall here at James Jerome Sports Complex as we're just over 64 minutes through this one. An attempt on net from a sharp angle by the Saints rolls harmlessly wide. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick.
Looks like it's going to be a snowstorm.
Substitution coming in. It is Laura Walker coming in for Madison High. And now Jaden Ball with a goal kick. Melanie Jubenville, the first one to get her head to that pass. And now the Saints trying to regroup here. Pressure coming from Durham. Cherise Thomas-Tate unable to make the play. Here's Natasha Hasenstein. Her pass intercepted by Jubenville. She's been tracking back and forth all over the field, making plays at both ends. Goal kick coming, Tori Brown. Goal kick coming towards the near side. Rose Medeiros unable to play that one before it bounces, and it skips out of bounds. Ball's in play now to Coyle. This is Walker with it. Goes off Rose Medeiros, out of bounds for a throw. Here's Walker on the throw. She goes down the sideline. Room to run now. That's Erin Kappel. Still working down the sideline, out of bounds. Throw in coming St. Clair. 66-minute mark, 3-2 lead for the Saints. Ball skips over the St. Clair defender foot, and then Cherise Thomas-Tate not quite able to get behind that one. Durham pressing. Taken away by the Lords, forced to be played out of bounds by Jubenville. Walker on the throw. Battle down the near sideline. Ball rolls harmlessly out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick once again for Brown. She's going to the far side this time as her teammates switch alignment. She sends one into the middle of the field. Rose Medeiros with it. Her skip pass finds Bailey Colangelo. She clears her defensive end. That was Coyle who couldn't quite possess that one. In a battle for it now. Able to win it back, but Nicholas takes it away. She loses it as quickly as she got it, though. Durham playing a lofting ball to the far sideline. Rolls all the way out for another goal kick. Cherise Thomas-Tate to take this one. Kicking slightly into the wind. Lofting that one to the far side. Header won by Emily Coons. Jubenville able to collect it for the Saints. She looks for Thomas-Tate on the far side. Sending it into the midfield. Cassie Nicholas collects. She tries to chip one to her winger. Bounces past Emily Coons. But unable to make a play on the far side there was Julia Albierti. She makes a nice move to create space with Coons. Cross in, looking for Rose Medeiros. Ball able to get there first to calm things down. A big booming goal kick into the middle of the field. Skips to Corey Lapointe. She heads it ahead, runs on now. Foot race with Rana. These two have been battling all game. point, sending a cross in right to Cherise Thomas-Tate, always in the right position, it seems, on the defensive side of the ball. How do you feel about Durham's answer after falling behind on the scoreboard once again?
They didn't just sit back. They're pressing, and they're not giving this up. They're trying to battle back. They're trying to press St. Clair in their own end here, and
LaPointe looking to jump on that one. Gets knocked down in the box. No call. St. Clair heading the other way. Jubenville with it now. 4-on-3 break with speed. Ball at her feet. Jubenville still moving. Cutting wide now. She looks to work her way back to the inside and sends one harmlessly wide of the net. Looks like she had to move that ball just a touch quicker when they had the legs moving across all four players there.
She had numbers, and decided to go with it herself. She probably would have been better off laying it off and moving into space.
Jaden Ball's goal kick intercepted.
This is where Durham's got to be a little bit careful. Even though they are trying to get the goal back and they're pressing, leaves them a little bit exposed in the back, so they've got to be a little careful.
Saints send across into the box. Ball able to get a hand to it, not control it, and it's put into the back of the net for her second of the game by Cassie Nicholas. Jumped all over that rebound. That was one that Ball needed to hold on to. Maybe the cold weather having something to do with that.
Yeah, big rebound. Again, against the run of play. Durham pressing, and it's got to be demoralizing for them after putting all that pressure. Down two.
Nichols pouncing on that loose ball opportunity. Goal scorer's mindset for sure from her. Second of the game. She was the second leading scorer for the regular season, tied with Rose Medeiros. Saints back with the ball now, turns it over to the Lords. Corey LaPointe with it. Battling with Rana again. Hasenstein's shot blocked. Jubenville plays it ahead. Rose Medeiros on the near side. She lost one to the middle, looking for Nicholas again. Corralled and then played forward. Touch late on an attempted pass to Rose Medeiros, where she would have had some room to run in the box there. Here comes the captain, Mackenzie Barry, working her way downfield for the Lords. She's looking for Corey LaPointe. LaPointe able to briefly keep that one in play, but not for long, as it's out for a goal kick. As we just passed the 71st minute of Consolation game number 1.
I think those Canada Geese are confused. Should be going south.
Goal kick coming for Tori Brown.
If Durham can get one back here in the next couple of minutes, they've got a shot here. I mean, 2 goals, tough to come back from, but it's still a lot of time.
Thomas Tate's pass headed forward by the Saints. Rana with it. Nice little touch to create some space. Room to run with the ball now. She plays it ahead to Nicholas. Her touch pass gets a little bit of air underneath it. Was looking for Julia Alberti on the far side. Jubenville there to clean it up. Loses it in the midfield, however. Here come the Lords. Again with an attempted through ball. This one rolling into the corner and out.
Again, that's another great ball from the captain of Durham out wide.
Rose Medeiros has the ball go out off a defender. Another throw slightly further up the field for the Saints. Throw in looking for Rose Medeiros. Gets cut off by Walker, but she does lose it right back. Cassandra Rose Medeiros working down the near side. Ball goes out of bounds, going to be a throw-in for St. Clair. Jacqueline French on the throw. French tries one into the box, but it's deflected away by a member of the Lords and out of bounds. Going to be another throw-in. Throw looking to get into the box on the feet of Nicholas. She has it and sends a cross in. Cut down there by Jaden Ball. And then she dumped a member of the Saints on her backside. Emily Coons going down the far side of the field. Still on the far side now with the Lords, but steered out of bounds off of a member of the Saints. Melindo Roblero showing good ball control there to deflect it off a member of St. Clair. Emily Coons on the throw. Looking for Corey Lapointe, but there's Charisse Thomas-Tate to contain the striker of the Durham Lords. Another nice play from 19 in yellow to clear the danger and an opportunity for her team to head the other way. Alberti cuts to the middle and back outside. Almost juked herself there, nearly fell, but still maintains possession. Emily Coons forced to slide tackle that one out of bounds to slow the attack.
Yeah, the game's starting to open up now a little bit. Every time Durham pushes forward, it gives an opportunity for St. Clair when they get the ball to go forward as well. If they lose it, it's usually a 4-on-4 or 4-on-3 going the other way.
And a lot of speed with these Saints attackers. They've shown it multiple times throughout this game, so definitely wanted to be able to take advantage of that if you're St. Clair.
They're definitely counter-attacking at this point. Durham trying to press to close the gap here, and when they do, St. Clair gets the ball and moves forward very fast.
Thomas-Tate playing that one ahead to Elena Banks. Alberti on the far side now plays it ahead, looking for Banks again. She collects it back to Alberti. Cross coming in. Played on the bounce by Walker and then grabbed by ball. 15 minutes left in regulation time of Consolation game number 1 in the 2017 OCAA Women's Soccer Provincials, brought to you by Bel Air Direct and hosted graciously by the Cambrian Golden Shield. Here are the Lords with the ball now on the far side, looking for Coons. She keeps it in play. In a foot race now on that far sideline, able to nutmeg her defender to get to the middle. Pass into Lapointe, onto the foot of Hasenstein. Brown, Johnny on the spot to jump on that one. Looks like Brown was a touch late there. Ruling ends up being a corner kick for the Lords. Going to have to capitalize on this opportunity if they want to get back in this game with 14 minutes remaining in regulation. It's the captain, Mackenzie Berry, going to take the corner. 6 attackers in the box in green. There goes the cross. Again, was looking for Hasenstein. And the ball slowly rolls to the near side of the field. It's going to be a throw-in for the Lords. Substitution coming in, a goaltending change in this one. Jaden Ball being taken out of the game. I believe that is Shaylin Young stepping into net for the Durham Lords. She's the only other player with goalkeeper eligibility listed on the roster. She was playing earlier in this game as a winger.
Yeah, interesting move. I don't know if that's just to give the other goalkeeper a bit of a chance at this at this provincial tournament. I'm not sure what the strategy is there.
Throw in from the Lords. Here's Corey Lapointe. She loses possession to Cassandra Rose Medeiros. That's Laura Walker able to take it back for Durham. She kicks one down the sideline, which rolls into the corner and out of bounds. Ruling throw-in. 4-2 lead for the St. Clair Saints, looking to punch their ticket to the consolation finals of this tournament. Excellent experience for when the majority of this roster is in their first and second year. 1 third-year player and 1 fifth-year player listed on this team roster. A young group for sure. Ball goes out of bounds off the Durham Lords for a St. Clair throw.
Yeah, I think definitely something to build on for the future for St. Clair. I think you'll be looking at them playing in a championship final in the next couple of years.
Here's Lapointe with the ball. She loses possession to a member of the Lords. Cassandra Rose Medeiros has it now. She was looking for Elena Banks, can't connect. That's Lapointe. She can't get quite all of her foot onto that shot. Brown's able to scoop it up without any trouble, despite Natasha Hasenstein buzzing around the area.
That was a good chance. If she had connected with that one, we'd be looking at a 4-3 game.
Ball's in midfield now, won by Cassie Nicholas. Here come the Saints, trying to use that speed once again. Through ball cut down there by Laura Walker. An excellent play by her. Lauren Coyle, however, unable to connect with that pass. And then Ravneet Rana able to clear the danger for the Saints. Barry, the captain, on the far side with the ball. She tries to play it ahead to Melinda Roblero. Roblero unable to get their Saints throw in their own end on the far side of the field. St. Clair throw goes to Melanie Jubenville and then is lofted downfield, but out of bounds. Going to be a Durham throw now on the far side. A substitution coming in for the Lords as well. Looks like it is Jennifer Smith checking into the game on the defensive side. Appears as though coach just looking to get every player involved at this point in the waning moments of what is going to be their final game of this Durham season.
Well, it could be. They still have 10 minutes left here. I think that's enough time to score 2.
Come the Saints into the middle of the field now. Banks plays it ahead. A little bit of bang ball back and forth. Ends up out of bounds on the near sideline for what will be a Durham throw.
I think at this point you've got to find some sort of motivation to get yourself back into this game. 2 goals down, 10 minutes to go. You got to be motivated to try and get that goal to get you forward into the next get another game.
They'll have to get 1 before they can get 2. Ball on the near sideline now. Battle between the Saints and the Lords. Won by Durham. That's Kappel who loses the ball to Rana, who's had an excellent game defensively.
This is where you throw everybody in the box. Oh, I thought it was a corner.
Goal kick coming. Brown taking the goal kick from the near side. Sending it to this near side, looking for Cassandra Rose Madero. Skips over her and her defender. She's able to keep it inbounds, though, before it's handled by Bailey Colangelo. There's Kappel with it now. Nicholas in a battle with her. Can't collect it. Banks playing it to the near side. Pass just misses Rose Madero from Jacqueline French there. Throw in coming now from Laura Walker. The pass back to her from Lauren Coyle, though unable to be connected. Throw in coming for Jacqueline French now of the Saints. She goes back to Elena Banks. Banks sends it into the middle of the field where it's cut down by Roblero. She moves it to Barry, who chips it ahead. Now it's Hasenstein with an opportunity. Ravneet Rana clears it again. Excellent game from her at the back line. That was Banks there playing to Rose Medeiros. The return pass not quite as accurate, and now the Lords heading the other way. Kappel with a chance to run on it. Charisse Thomas-Tate there to clean it up once again.
She's really good at anticipating the ball. She seems to be able to get her in front of strikers, in front of players before they realize the ball's even coming.
She is one of the third-year players on this team, showing that poise and leadership you expect from some of your senior players. Here's Corey Lapointe with a chance now. She decides to go back where it's cut off by Melanie Jubenville. Here come the Saints heading the other way with speed, looking for Cassandra Rose Madero. She's got room to run now, cutting into the box. Cut down, though, by Bailey Colangelo. A great defensive effort from 11 in green. Ball rolls out of bounds on the near sideline for a Durham throw with just over 7 minutes remaining in regulation time for the Lords to put 2 on the board. Durham working their way across the field. Roblero loses possession there. That one was to Alexis Provost. Now she plays it ahead to Cassie Nicholas. Nicholas with a spin move to the inside. Trying to cut back now. Excellent ball control on her part. Was working on Emily Coons there. Cross coming from Alberti. Well wide of the net. Going to be a goal kick coming for the Lords.
Number 9 showing great composure on the ball. Not looking to get rid of it. Holds onto the ball until an opportunity comes up. Plays it off. You know, that's what you want from your striker.
Substitution coming for St. Clair. It's Elena Banks leaving the game. Danica Dupuis filling in for her on the wing. Ball played into the St. Clair end with 6 minutes remaining in regulation time. Rana plays it ahead. Back on the ball now. She loses possession to Roblero. Hasenstein rolls one ahead. They try and get it back to her. It was Kappel on the pass, unsuccessful. Coyle cutting that one off. Makes a nice move past Jubenville to create some space. Her pass, though, cut down on the far side of the field. Provost with a nice play. Coons on the throw-in. Knocked down there by a member of the Lords. Battle now. It's Roblero who comes up with the ball. She's into the middle now. Taken down. She's actually guilty of the foul on that play. Going to be a St. Clair free kick. Slow to get up is Melinda Roblero. Getting a chat from the referee.
Didn't look intentional. Looks like she just tripped on the ball and took somebody with her.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, Brian. Just probably explaining the reason for the call. Charisse Thomas-Tate goes the short route to Rana on the free kick. Rana plays it ahead, cut down by Coyle, who takes possession and heads the other way. She looks for Natasha Hasenstein with a nice touch pass to Corey Lapointe. But there's Rana again, the two center backs on this team, locking things down ever since St. Clair took the lead back. Here comes Melanie Jubenville, showing that speed once again. A nice pass for Julia Alberti, but Bailey Colangelo able to get there for the Lords with possession of the ball now, heading the other way. Played ahead there. It's Coyle. We're looking for Roblero. A little heavy on the pass. Rana's going to be able to get there first. She plays it ahead. Provost with it now. Ball is cut off by Bailey Coons and then headed by Coyle. Looking for Roblero. She goes to the middle. It's Coyle once again. And there's Charisse Thomas-Tate. Anytime you get within her realm, it's going to be a hard time trying to score a goal.
Yeah, it's again, the ball's up the middle. She's just sitting there waiting for them. And the number 8 has had a good game beside her as well.
Ball into the middle for Cassie Nicholas from Melanie Jubenville. Can't find her, however, and then Bailey Colangelo turns the ball over, but it was ruled a handball against Julia Alberti. So it's going to be a free kick from deep in their own end for the Durham Lords. St. Clair able to cut that one off. Coons firing it downfield, looking for Hasenstein. Lapointe sending it for Hasenstein again. Can't connect with her. Alexandria Schooley forcing it wide. Going to be a Durham throw as we approach 3 minutes left in regulation, plus any stoppage time the referee feels is necessary. Coons, as is often the case when the throw-in is on her side of the field, steps in. She lofts one for Roblero. Can't connect. She's slow to get up once again. Ball in the midfield now. Cassie Nicholas using that lower body strength and body position to contain this ball from her marker. Excellent work from her there. And here's Charisse Thomas-Tate with it once again. Nice little soft pass to the winger here. Tries to work it into the middle. It's past Mackenzie Berry. Nicholas gets there first. She was looking for Alberti on the far side. Coons able to cut it off, but gives it right back to Melanie Jubenville. She's heading the other way. Cuts to the middle now. Room to operate. A nice pass looking for Nicholas. Not going to be able to connect as Laura Walker shuts that one down, but then is called for the foul on Cassandra Rose Medeiros. Going to be a free kick from well within striking distance for the Saints.
Time's running out here for Durham. They've got to try and muster something up here quick, at least get a goal back, and it could be an exciting finish if they can get one here quick.
Jubenville on the free kick. Three-member wall for this one. The Saints sending 5 players into the box.
Now the new goalkeeper in here is a little not as tall as the other one they had just taken out, so we'll see how this works out.
There's the kick, handled by the wall. Thought it was possibly a handball. No call on the play.
Wall did his job there.
Absolutely. Collected by the goalkeeper. Goal kick coming now for Bailey Colangelo. Coyle got a header to that originally, but it's taken back by the Saints. Alberti with it, battling with Coons on the far side of the field. Her move to the inside, stuffed there by number 5 in green. And she fires it back up that far sideline as we're into the final minute of regulation time here at James Jerome Sports Complex. Here's Jubenville with it now. Ball into the middle there. Goalkeeper gets a hand to it. Durham able to clear the line. Great effort there from 21 in green. Laura Walker saving potentially a goal from St. Clair. Durham cuts off the throw-in. Mackenzie Barry runs onto it. She lofts it ahead. Nobody on the near side of the field to collect it. St. Clair throw. Jacqueline French to take the throw on the near side. Looking for Dupuis. Has it on the near side. Well defended there by Capel. 1 minute of stoppage time added, and we are into stoppage time now. Brown able to scoop that one up for St. Clair.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Durham. I thought that they came out. They started the second half with a bit of conviction, looking to get back in the game, and then unfortunately got exposed in the back while they were pressing.
Ball's on the far sideline with Durham now. It's Colangelo trying to make a move. Eludes 2 defenders. Can't beat the third, however. Jubenville, I believe, has the ball now. Has it taken away from Coyle. Plays it ahead to LaPointe. LaPointe loses the foot race to Cherise Thomas-Tate, who has been outstanding for the second straight game for the St. Clair Saints. Her throw-in deflected off a member of the Lords and out of bounds. There it is, folks. Triple whistles. 4-2 final. St. Clair Saints. Durham, 2 goals. Tough. St. Clair punching their ticket to the consolation finals tomorrow. An excellent effort top to bottom from St. Clair, from the defense to the offense. What impressed you most from these Saints?
Well, you know, their transition going forward. I mean, they were able to counter. They soaked up pressure from Durham when they had to. And when they had the opportunities, they took them. Like I said, one of the best goals, I think, the tournament so far was scored in the first half. A nice curling shot into the top corner. And again, I mean, Durham, it's not a lack of effort from Durham. They just got caught on the counter. They did come out with, I think, the right mindset and got punished with, you know, maybe pushing up a little bit too much and not taking care of their responsibilities in the back.
Durham did come out flying to start both halves in this game. Almost seemed to run out of steam later on into the halves, and it ended up costing them with goals both times.
Yeah, it's tough. It's you got to take your hat off to Durham. It's not like they didn't put an effort. They did put an effort forward and just came up short.
So we're just going to wait to hear the player of the game in this one, folks. Have to think it's going to be Cassie Nicholas for St. Clair. She had 2 of the 4 goals in this game. An excellent effort from her. And as you've mentioned a couple times, Brian, in your opinion, the goal of the tournament with that strike from distance right into the top corner.
Yeah, good footballing brain, good soccer player. You know, very smart, holds the ball well, keeps possession, you know, and is able to score postcard goals like she did.
This spells the end of the Durham Lords season. Heck of an effort from the team. Nothing to be ashamed of. These St. Clair Saints are going to move on to the consolation finals, facing the winner of Cambrian Golden Shield and Mohawk Mountaineers, who play at noon. About to find our player of the game. Indeed, it does appear to be Cassie Nicholas from the Clair Saints. Indeed it was. Number 9, Cassie Nicholas. 2 goals in this one for St. Clair. Player of the game for the Durham Lords, receiving her ball and t-shirt right now, Melinda Roblero. Excellent effort on the wing from her, but Cassie Nicholas, the one to steal the show. A couple of nice goals. What tactical adjustments did you see that made a difference for St. Clair as opposed to in their game against Humber?
Well, the short corners and the short free kicks seem to have worked today, where they didn't seem to have that room and less, maybe more pressure yesterday, but they had a little less pressure on the ball. They were able to do a few things that they weren't able to do yesterday, and like I said, they took their chances when they had to. They were good in front of net. They found the recipe for success, which is putting the ball in the back of the net. Very tough to do.
Absolutely. Great performance from both of these teams. I'm sure both of them happy to get on the scoreboard after they were held scoreless in each of their game number 1s. Coming up in just over an hour, it is the Cambrian Golden Shield and the Mohawk Mountaineers, as I mentioned. And then into the afternoon, we have our semifinal side with our winners from yesterday's games. It's going to be the Algonquin Thunder in that one, along with the Humber Hawks. And then it's going to be the Fanshawe Falcons and the Seneca Sting playing as well. All 4 of those teams played incredibly well in their first game. 2 of them medalists from last season. Algonquin, 2-time defending gold medal champions. What are you looking forward to most for the 3 remaining games we have today?
Well, I'm looking for the next game with Cambrian. I'm looking forward to seeing them come out here and really, it's about pride now for them. They have to come out here and show that they deserve to be in this provincial championship, and certainly they do. They just got to put their work boots on it and get a win here, and get another game tomorrow. For the semifinals and final, I think that for sure that the teams that are there deserve to be there. There's some very talented teams that are in that final, semifinal, and it'll be interesting to see who wins. I mean, it's tough to give the advantage to anybody at this point, and anything can happen. As you saw yesterday with Cambrian, I would say maybe more favored than Seneca to win the game, and I think we saw our first upset was yesterday. So anything can happen. I mean, the ball is round, and anything can happen in these situations.
Absolutely. We're hoping the weather holds. We did have a few flurries in game number 1 here today. Nothing going on right now. Hopefully it'll warm up just a little bit for these players as well. As you mentioned, that first upset yesterday, we do have 2 undefeated teams remaining on the championship side of this tournament. The Algonquin Thunder, as I mentioned, 12-0 in the regular season. Humber Hawks 10-0. Both of those teams have to be favored, but as you mentioned, all 4 teams deserving to be in this finals. If you want to beat an undefeated team like that, what's going to be the key to success for the Fanshawe Falcons and the Seneca Sting?
Well, I think it was with Fanshawe, from what I saw yesterday, they like to play the ball. They like to work the ball out of the back. They're very reluctant to kick it anywhere. And that's, I think, the right thing to do against a team like Humber. Because when you give a team like Humber back the ball, they're going to punish you. So they have I think it'll be a very interesting contest between those 2 teams. Algonquin and Seneca, I think, is another one that'll be an interesting contest, and we'll have to wait and see.
That's it for us after game number 1. We'll be back at noon for game number 2 at the James Jerome Sports Complex here in Sudbury, Ontario.